Hello and good afternoon, everybody, to my new introduction to the new short series that I'll be running on my YouTube channel, which will be entitled Bite-Sized Law. Bite-Sized Law is going to be short videos put together with the bare bones of information for anyone that needs them. The idea behind it is that I'm constantly advising people of the same sort of stuff, and rather than have to go through it with everyone all the time, I'm gonna put little videos up to hopefully introduce people to the information and get the knowledge they need to battle the system. I used to hope that I could weed out the nasty people, the people that were undeserving of the little loopholes and the golden bullets and whatever else, but it seems now that the system is so corrupt that everyone is going to be needing to know these little nuggets of information. So just to get the general bump out of the way, whenever you watch a bite-sized law, please remember, do your due diligence. Look into whatever the information is that I'm giving you and work out if it's right for you and if you want to use it, because ultimately I can only give you the path. It's for you to walk down it yourselves. Please remember that even if you've got a golden bullet, that golden bullet needs to be loaded, pointed and fired. A lot of the time, just pulling up a golden bullet, as it was, isn't enough to deter the person that you're going to be shooting with it. So if you're not prepared to follow through with the information, please don't blame the information. Not everyone folds as soon as they get threatened. It's not legal advice. I'm not legally trained, so I'm not giving you legal advice. All I am is a good-looking bald man that researches quite a bit and has got a thirst for knowledge. So what I tell you is not legal advice. It's for you to take and use responsibly. Please research anything that I say, and if you don't understand it, there will be a follow-up video, live streams and stuff done on my second channel. The second channel will be for debate, for questions, all sorts of stuff like that. The series will only be put onto my main channel, but then discussed on my second channel. Please don't use me as Google. If I give you a piece of information, please research it. Please Google it. Please just try and find out as much as you can before you come back with any questions. Because, for instance, in civil law, I don't know how many times I've told people to look for the N244 form. I say N244 form, and they instantly come back with, what is that? Well, before you come back and ask me all the questions that Google could have told you, please have a quick look into what I'm saying, so that I'm not continually repeating myself. Guys, there's always the power of no. Please remember that the power of no is absolutely brilliant. If you say no, if they say no, it doesn't mean it's the end, but it does mean that you're not letting yourself, you're not consenting, you're not letting yourself in. It's better to say nothing than it is to say yes when you should have said no, but we'll go into that more. Bite-sized law will not just be surrounding legal stuff. There'll also be little bits of psychology, some sort of like life hacks, legal hacks, that sort of stuff. And yeah, anything that I think might be useful to people. And it will be based on the stuff that comes in. So for instance, if like this morning I have someone asking me about schools, I'll be giving the bite-sized law the legal advice that I would be giving to the person that's asking about schools. So as the stuff comes in, I'll put it into a bite-sized law. Obviously I'll anonymize it Is that even a word? Yeah, I'll make it anonymous so that the person that's asked me the question isn't identified, but it will relate to stuff that comes in as it comes in. If you have any questions, then please whack them in the comments and I'll do my best. Please remember that I do get a hell of a lot of people asking me a hell of a lot of stuff, and I do have my own life, and it's difficult to get around to everyone because, like I said, I'm pretty overwhelmed. Now, I could do a long disclaimer on this one, but this is the disclaimer. Basically, sometimes, and this is probably one of the first lessons, sometimes it's loads easier to go around the obstacle than try and go through it or dig underneath it or climb over it. Sometimes you just have to sidestep stuff. So rather than doing a long disclaimer, I'm simply going to say this is for entertainment purposes only. So that basically takes away the need for the long disclaimer. So rather than go through loads and loads of legal bumfluffery and try and move an obstacle that I could easily walk around, I'm walking around it by saying for entertainment purposes only. Sometimes it's easier to do that. Now, the British legal system is one of the best legal systems in the world, except it's absolutely awful. In my experience, the legal system is only for really powerful people that have money and influence, and the smaller people usually aren't very well served by law. It's a goon squad's court, really. The police in this country, as everyone knows, are taking a hell of a lot of flack right now, as they should, and the courts are pretty much the administrative arm for the police. Now, if anyone wants to, wonders why I'm saying that the legal system is really bad, you might want to look up a case of a Saudi millionaire who said he accidentally tripped and penetrated a teenage girl and was cleared of rape. He said it was possible he had semen on his hands from having sex with a 24-year-old woman earlier, and he was found not guilty of that by saying that he tripped and fell and his willy went in her. Which, I'm sorry guys, it just sounds absolutely pathetic. If anyone's wondering, that was in December 2015. I'll be putting this sort of stuff on my community wall so people can see. That's one of the cases that I always bring up about how brilliant our legal system is. And then you've got the other one, which didn't make it big in the media like the current cases, but there was I believe it was a police inspector called Gary Weddell, who was charged with killing his wife and got given bail after being charged with murder, and then went off to kill his mother-in-law. When asked, the judge in the trial had amnesia. The judge that gave him the bail had amnesia. Now, they're just a couple of examples of how bad our legal system is. And if anyone is unfortunate enough to have been through the family court system in this country, you'll know just how absolutely awful it can be. So please subscribe to my new live channel, which I'll put a link in the comments and description, or basically have a look through this post and you'll find a link to that. And if you're not already subscribed to my big YouTube station where this little series will be going out, please subscribe to that. So 2 subscriptions, hit the little bell thing so that you get the notifications, and make sure you like it a lot. And there'll be other things going on, like debates, interviews. Hopefully we'll be doing quite a few sort of like decent content stuff, getting other people in and hearing all about what's going wrong in this world. Thank you for your time, and please subscribe, please hit them notification buttons, have a look in the comments for them, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope it helps. Enjoy Bite Size Law.